We keep going, just like we did Casas, we did after the trade. We keep going. At one point he's going to be part of this, so just got to be patient, but keep pitching, keep putting good at bats, keep playing.
He said he thinks it's a grade 2, but he's not sure. Have you heard what grade it is?
No, I didn't. Just say, we just got to be patient, and whenever he's back, he's back.
Alex, how do you think you'll work the outfield now without?
Obviously waiting for Willie to get back, but we'll move it around. Massa probably plays a little bit out there. We'll make some match, just like we've been doing throughout the season, so we'll be okay.
Willie said last night he thought he could start running at some point this week. Is that your understanding?
I talked to Brandon. He felt like there was progress this weekend, with the way they treat him and obviously avoiding running. So we'll see. We just have to wait. I don't know when we're gonna try, but hopefully it's soon. We don't want to rush him into it, especially right now. Like the two injuries are separate. We don't want to rush Willie because Roman is hurt. We have to be patient because he's really important too. So whenever he's ready, he'll be back.
Has he been out long enough that you would want him to play a game or two in AAA, or not really?
Not really.
Yeah. Okay.
They're eating there tonight. What about leadoff for the rest of the year?
We probably go back to Jaron.
Are there other than Nate? Are there other guys you could see mixing in there leading off?
Against lefties?
And either.
No. Against righties, probably Jaron. Against lefties, we'll mix and match.
This is obviously a pretty tough right field to play. How do you look at how you're going to fill in right field? Well, both those guys.
Well, today's ref, we'll be okay, man. Like Nate is a good outfielder. Ref can do the job. This is where we at. So it really doesn't matter. There's no excuses, right? We just got to continue playing, and we will.
You said on the radio, you said 4 to 6 is kind of the usual.
The usual, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Alex, Roman's a kid. How psychologically are you helping him through this? What have you said to him to try to keep his spirits up for him?
I told him to envision ALCS first at bat. That's what I told him. Just put that goal in your mind, and hopefully it happens.
Did you try Jared at all in right? I know you had him there briefly the other day.
We haven't talked about that. I think we got 2 lefties coming, so this is kind of like the alignment we will have. Today we're staying off DH and Alex makes sense, keep him off his feet, and then the off day tomorrow, he'll be back to third base on Friday against Eduardo. So we'll see how we align in the outfield.
And then you'll keep Rafael up most likely almost all the time in center?
Yeah.
You guys promoted Sogard. Why him over Christian Gable? Is Christian Gable just out?
Why him over others? Because he's versatile. He puts a good at bat. Today he's playing second base because Alex is the agent, and we trust the player.
What is the latest on Willier?
Just progressing, but haven't run. So we'll have to wait and see.
Alex, typically with obliques, it seems like teams give a guy extra time because it can be re-injured pretty easily. I mean, is this a tricky one because with the end of the season and you don't want to?
No, we just got to be patient. I mean, there's the player. We got to take care of the player. Like the team is secondary. The first thing first is getting him healthy. And if he's ready to go, he's ready to go. If not, then we have to keep going ourselves.
What do you think Campbell need to do to learn?
Just keep playing, man. He needs to keep playing. We make roster decisions based on what we need here, and we felt like Sogi was the one, and that's why he's here.
There was a report yesterday that Kyle Harrison was in Boston for an MRI on his ankle. Can you expand on that?
I don't know about that one.
¿Qué tiene este grupo, Alex, que ha podido superar esas bajas? Tú lo mencionaste, lo de Casas, lo del cambio. Este grupo se ha podido mantener arriba a pesar de esas complicaciones. Ahora esperas, me imagino, también que se mantenga el grupo sobre esa meta.
Fuera del picheo, que nos ha ayudado toda la temporada, creo que en el camerino tenemos jugadores veteranos que han estado en esta batalla. A través de la temporada, tú lo dijiste, ¿verdad? Casas, el cambio de Rafael, Alex estuvo fuera, hemos tenido varias lesiones y situaciones que han cambiado la dinámica del grupo, pero los veteranos han ayudado a los jugadores jóvenes a mantenerse enfocados en lo que tenemos que hacer, y así lo vamos a hacer ahora. También estamos en una etapa de la temporada que es septiembre 3, ¿verdad? O 4, 3, septiembre 3, y tenemos una muy buena oportunidad de ganar la división Obviamente sabemos el talento que es Roman, pero a la misma vez tenemos que seguir hacia adelante. Aquí nadie se va a sentir, o sea, nobody's going to feel sorry for you. So you got to keep going.
You guys have had a lot of success since Roman got called up. What are some of the things that have gone into that, and how do you try to replicate those things?
We keep pitching. We keep pitching and playing good defense. I think, yeah, Roman is part of that, but the pitching it's been the key this season, and we expect to keep pitching, and other guys have to step up offensively.
Obviously, you're losing for a while a pretty talented player, but you and others have talked about maybe the intangibles that Roman brings, the energy, that kind of, like, how do you go about replacing that?
I think September 3rd tells you the whole story. You see it. You see it in the standings. We're 2.5 games back from Toronto. We're in a good place in the wildcard race. So, if that doesn't give you energy to show up every day and play hard, then I don't know what we need to do.
In terms of other injuries, how's Cooper Criswell doing, and kind of what's the latest?
I don't know much about Cooper. Yeah.
And Liam Hendricks, I don't think we've gotten an update on.
Just playing catch. That's all he's doing.
Totally unrelated to some more important stuff, but there's always talk about playing October baseball, but you just touched on September baseball. Can you speak to the difference being in September when there's stuff that matters and you're not like expanding rosters and giving guys chances and looking ahead to next year, like how different that is to be playing competitive, meaningful baseball?
Yeah, I think you stay in the present. You don't, like you said, you're not thinking about like the future, what we have to do, give this guy at bats to see who he's going to be in the future, or get his feet wet. Give guys innings because we want to see how he handles the whole experience. Now it's about we got guys here that are ready to contribute, right? The people that we called up, we feel like they fit the roster to win games, and it's a different feeling. It feels great.
And one last thing, I read somewhere that you once said you were a fan of expanded rosters in the old days. In that it was more
as a player.
Yeah, as a player.
Yeah.
You made that joke. So my question is, were you one of those guys, those 8 guys that came up in September at any point?
In '98 with the Dodgers. Yeah, I didn't play much at the end, but it was a good experience. Was that the last year on Candlestick in 98, 99?
Yeah.
Right around there, so I was there for that one.
Playing Candlestick?
Yeah.
Seems like forever.
Thank you.
He was 17.
Yesterday, Alex talked about how last few weeks he's kind of been grinding a little bit offensively, but I understand he's a special talent, and you expect him to come out of his funk, but how much did yesterday kind of signal towards that?
The infield hit.
Yeah.
I don't know how much that's a good sign for him, but he's been working on a few things. The one thing I noticed, he's expanding. He's been swinging a lot and expanding. He doesn't do that very often. That tells me that he feels a little bit off with his mechanics. We just got to get back to dominate the strike zone, and when he does that, then the fun starts.
Have you guys lined up the rotation for this weekend?
Yeah. Totally. Jolito Bello. Yeah. We're good? Thank you.